It bounced with Oh, God.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How are we all doing today?
Halloween special.
Hey,
we're here. Not
Spooky.
that you could tell.
woo.
Not that you could tell in any way. That
These
this
amazing
is a Halloween
characters.
episode.
None of us look any different than what we normally look like.
Oh, God. This is...
I got my hair cut the other day.
Yes, it looks like it, yeah.
yeah, wow, it looks really good.
Right?
Yeah, it
Your
really...
teeth white? That looks great, man.
What, you got something to say about my teeth before?
No,
All right.
So I'm joined with Bob Ross and... or Dollar General Bob Ross and...
I'm Rob Boss.
I forgot the name of the movie, but
Teen
basically
Wolf.
Teen Wolf before Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. Yep.
So, preteen wolf.
You're preteen
Yeah,
wolf.
preteen
Preteen wolf.
He's
Just as hairy.
prepubescent wolf. Oh, God. This is awesome. I am so glad that we all decided to actually do this.
Oh, yeah.
I
This
will
is a
be
good choice.
100% honest and say the fact that I picked this costume out this morning. I had another costume, but it's for work, and it's like it's not as good. I wanted something that was like I actually had to dress up. The other
Right.
one is more like not really that dress up.
Right.
So I went to Spirit of Halloween. Shout out to Spirit of Halloween for going to all the abandoned stores in the area and fucking hooking
Taking
it up.
over literally all real estate ever.
And I was like, I knew I wanted to get a wig, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just get like a white wig and just like play like a Matthew McConaughey burnout kind of guy, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And then I found the Blake wig, and I was like, I'm gonna be Blake Henderson from Workaholics. So that's what I decided to do.
Fuck
Yeah.
So yeah, here we are, killing it.
Yeah, dude.
This is a little itchy. I'm gonna be real.
Super fucking itchy.
See, you keep saying that about your wig. This one feels really good,
Yeah,
to be
it's
honest.
because it's fucking lightweight as shit. It's
a fucking
literal
cloud,
cloud.
man.
It's
on
a
your
cloud.
face. Oh, God. What?
So today we are kind of chit-chatting about some spooky stuff. So we're talking about all sorts of spooky stuff today.
Scary skeleton.
Yes.
It was a graveyard smash.
God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
So yeah, for the Halloween special, we thought it would be fun to go over some serial killers maybe and talk about them. Because I figured, why not jump on the train of... Because one of the leading podcasts in like the country right now is a literal... It's like kind of like a making a murderer type of thing. It's a murder investigation podcast by two comedians. And I was like, let's just go ahead and... hop on that bandwagon, see if we can catch some of that attraction.
Check it out.
Just go ahead and get some copyright
Yeah,
infringement.
fuck
That'd
it.
be great.
Copyright.
fuck it.
No, everybody's doing it. Fuck it. If ID Channel can do it, the podcast
Well,
can
if
do
ID
it. we
Channel
can do it.
told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
I'd probably jump off a bridge. It's ID Channel. I don't know. I trust him. There's got to be something soft at the bottom. I don't know. I trust him. Funny story. I've almost worked for ID Channel.
Really?
Yeah, they had a casting call, but it was in Atlanta, and I couldn't make
Oh, yeah.
it.
Well, even if you lived in Atlanta, it'd be hard to get to work. So
Yeah, 'cause
it's like a 2-hour drive, even
fucking
though you live
Atlanta.
like 10 minutes away.
So, anyways, there may be some delay between camera and audio, and if so, we're very sorry about that.
Yeah.
For those of you watching on YouTube, we're trying to figure that out. I think the camera's just trying to adjust to our new way of life.
Yeah.
Apparently.
As this. is
If
what we
anything,
are.
we'll try to fix it, but yeah.
It's not going to
If
happen.
not, then-
I don't care
yeah.
enough. Not even remotely.
At least you're honest.
The
man.
real me would. The Blake me doesn't give a shit. The Blake
Jake
me
only
just-
cares if you join us on Patreon.
Yeah,
so.
if you're a patron, you get the version where we sync everything up. If not, fuck you. You get the lame shit. I'm not even putting a fucking title sequence anymore. It takes too much time.
It's not a camera era. It's just a happy little
I
accident.
don't want to say.
Just a heavy.
I don't want to say I've become the diva of the show already, but I'm a diva. I don't give a fuck. I do what I want. Oh, I got to sneeze almost.
I know.
Oh, that's a weird one. So
I want to clear one thing up before we start on this podcast stuff. So like when it comes to Halloween and such, most people are going for like more supernatural stuff.
No.
Do you guys believe in supernatural existence? By
sure,
chance?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Ghosts and shit. Exactly.
shit.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm a total. I'm a
Demons?
total believer in that
No,
kind of shit.
demons are pussies. They ain't
See, I
doing
don't
shit.
know. I don't know. There's been a lot of fucking. Like I don't know. I don't understand why the Vatican holds all those like exorcist videos in private.
Listen, there's one reason.
Because they're trying to prove something.
Yeah, there's one reason that I believe in ghosts. Here's the thing. It was this movie that I watched when I was younger,
Ghost.
and it was literally the only movie, the only reason, It
Do you
was
want to
this.
get caressed
It
and
was
make
this
clay
young
pots
woman.
together?
You're just
that-
trying to get banged by Whoopi Goldberg.
It was
man.
it was this young woman. Okay, she was haunted by a ghost who was teaching her pottery and slowly caressing her body. And from that point on, I was like, I think ghosts might exist.
You're like, I really hope
I
ghosts.
just hope
really
that ghosts
fucking hope.
exist.
I bought one of those spin tables.
You're just
that
trying to
make
get that
pottery on,
Swayze
and
ghost-
I'm just waiting for a
ghost
sways.
caresses.
I'm just waiting for a little sway.
I want it so bad.
I want it.
Can dogs even have coffee? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't eat any chocolate. You can hear the gulp.
It works.
The best part is he's had a week to contemplate how the fuck he's gonna make a mask work.
Beard hairs in pivot point masks.
Yeah.
Suck dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should show them how the face moves, by the way, if you can do it. Yeah.
And yes, that hurts
I-
the fuck out of
Oh
my
my
jaw.
God.
Half of this episode is just gonna be our
Just
entertainment.
nonsense.
Well,
of,
see,
like,
I wish
like noticing.
I
this
really
shit.
wish that I had the foam insert because you could like there's like a pad that comes with it on the inside, and it like pins to your chin. Because this is supposed to like move whenever you talk, so it's supposed to be pretty active.
Just like this? Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, I just don't know
Oh my
where.
god.
I think it's pretty
thing
good.
is.
It's
I
pretty
love it.
good.
Yeah,
I like it a
thanks.
lot. So let's do the skill thing first. You weren't here last week,
No, I
right?
wasn't
So
here
you
last
didn't
week.
get to pick
No.
a skill. But you can talk about hey, also, where's our apple brandy at?
Oh, yeah, it fucked up hard. It was so bad. It was so bad, man. It just
was
tasted
so
like bread.
Bread?
It just tasted like bread. I let it ferment.
What kind
and
of yeast did you use?
Not the right one, apparently.
Yeah,
So
you gotta go on Amazon and you gotta buy the real yeast.
yeah, because
Can't
I just
red
used
bread
fucking
yeast.
regular yeast. and
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
doesn't work.
It did not work
That's
at all.
not how that. No, it's a different yeast. God damn it, Walker. I
Hey,
wanted
you know
apple
what,
brandy.
man? I can still make you apple brandy. It's just not going to be like from my own version of wine.
From my loins.
Yes, you can have my loin
I'd
brandy.
have a lot more questions. You'd be making Pruno if it was from your loins.
There you go. God damn it.
True.
Some jankum.
But so Drake, we had skills.
We
this
did
week,
have
or
skills, yeah.
challenges, whatever the fuck you want to call it. How did you? What was yours, and how did you do?
I wanted to come up with a couple of emblems and reach out. I messaged 3 different animators, got nothing back, but hopefully, in time.
Listen, you had a week and you only contacted 3. I'm not impressed.
I don't care. So with the emblems and stuff, I jotted down a couple sketches, but I am not an artist whatsoever.
Right.
So I'd have to send the translations or
Alright.
have.
Just
Our-
send rough sketches to
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
You need to just reach out to 100 because if you reach out to, that's what I think we should do. We should reach out to like 100 animators that we find, and like because you reach out to 100, one of them's bound to be like, yeah, I'll fucking help you out. Why not?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I think we should do that.
I think it just depends on how much free time that they have as well,
Yeah,
because
right.
animation takes a long
Yeah. Oh, it
time.
takes. I'm not. I mean, I'm not an idiot to that stuff. Like I've seen the. All right, fuck you. I've seen the process of like animation, and it's a fucking doozy. Don't get me wrong.
It's a
but
thing.
you know, somebody wants to add to their portfolio, let us help you out. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be
Yeah.
funny with you.
Do it.
So yeah, that was your skill for the week. Proud of you.
Wow, dead air. I don't know.
Uh,
So, Jake, what was your skill for this week?
Well, I haven't done mine yet, and I'm fucking pissed off. It's not even my
Oh.
fault. So,
So I'm gonna erase like a little score mark on your.
listen. It's not my. I've
Scoreboard.
tried. I've actively tried like 3 times this past week. So as all of you know, I bought a compound bow, and all I've tried to do is fucking shoot this thing. And I finally got all my arrows cut. I got everything done. The bow is ready to go. And the people that I'm supposed to go shooting with, like our timelines just were just fucked the whole week. Like either they were working or I was working. So I could not get out to the goddamn range to shoot this thing because the people that have the 3D dummy that I was going to use, I can't get it. I don't even have a release yet because I'm waiting on another buddy to give me a release. Fucking shoot it.
Oh, he's gonna give you some release.
Oh, I'm gonna sexual release. Anyways, so I didn't get to do it this week. I'm hoping maybe like today or tomorrow that I can get out there and get some shit done. And my other buddy is off work this weekend. He worked this weekend, but he's off this coming weekend. So maybe we can get something done. But I'm trying actively, and I keep trying to look up there, but it's down
know.
here now. I'm actively trying, and I will eventually get some shooting done, and I'll try and record it too. I don't know if I can or not, but I'll try. So, do we want to do a skill for the next week, or what do
What do you
we
guys think?
What do we think?
I didn't think anything.
I didn't think of anything.
This is gonna be a busy ass week with work and
Yeah, it's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
It's Halloween this
Yeah,
week.
you know, we're gonna take like a Halloween break. Just go get yourself some candy.
We took a
Our
6-month
skill for
break
this
and
week is try not to
6-month
die
break.
of
Yeah.
eating too much fucking candy. and
My
booze.
skill this week is to wear
Bet you
multiple
won't.
costumes at work.
Oh yeah.
That's
oh,
my
you,
skill.
You should have one new costume for every day of the week.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I have 2 days out of the 4 that
You
I
got
can
time, man. You got a whole day to think of
I know,
costumes.
but I got 2 days extra that I have. It's Thursday I've got. This will be Friday. Saturday and Sunday are the 2 that I don't have yet.
Okay.
So I got to think of something.
Yeah, I only worked there like one day this week.
Maybe
so.
I'll just go in my birthday suit.
There you go.
I can't get fired for that, right?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
Halloween.
No, just get like nude colored shorts and put like Mattel on it, like as like a logo.
Yeah.
So you can go as like a Ken
I
doll.
can go as a Ken doll. Why not?
There you go. Perfect.
Ken doll is nowhere near the package I have.
We are no
okay?
way sponsored by Mattel.
Oh shit, I love it. So yeah, we're gonna take the week off then again for challenges, just because it's holiday. Any holidays that come up
Yeah.
during the week, we're not fucking. I don't think we're gonna do it because the week's too short. It
Our only
seems
skills
long.
for holidays is to survive.
You know,
So-
what would
Honestly.
help us to do.
That's really that's very
Yeah.
You know what would help us to do challenges every week if we and have more time to do these challenges in the week? If you went and liked and subscribed on our YouTube and joined our Patreon,
Yes,
so that we can make this a part-time job and quit
Yeah,
our other
yeah,
ones.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I would love to.
Start paying some bills. Bada boom, bada bing, paying bills with this thing.
God damn it.
I can't see Drake's emotion behind his face, and it
That's,
pisses
dude, that's
me
why
off.
I'm like,
Because his face is just
Pisses
always.
me off.
Whoa!
I'm not okay with this
Yes, I agree with what you're saying.
right now. Yes. Oh shit.
Oh man. All right.
So all right, let's get down and dirty. Let's do this fucking serial killers.
Copyright.
Nope, 15 seconds. I'm good. Who
Oh
wants
yeah,
to-
I was thinking about that the other day. Just so you know,
What?
I didn't actually know if that was a thing when I said the 15 seconds originally.
No, I
Oh, it's just-
think I
it's a-
said it too.
is
just
it?
a
It's
joke.
I don't know.
Is
It's
it
just
15
a.
I
seconds?
think it's 15 seconds because I heard it on a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Somebody was
Okay.
making fun of it. So
Alright.
I don't know. It might be.
It's a decent reference point. We, can
We
just use
haven't
that.
gotten
Yeah.
pinged yet.
Just
so
don't go
that's
past
cool.
10 seconds. We'll be fine. And if it goes past, I learned the trick. You just put it in a sub track of the audio because they only check the main track of the
Oh,
audio.
really?
So if you put it in a sub track audio,
Really?
you can get away with using it.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Until
the
you get sued.
Yeah, YouTube algorithm don't work that way, boss.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure the company that owns YouTube will be just fine with that.
Yeah.
Whatever, it happens. So who wants to start with their serial killer?
I guess I'll start. So the dude that I was looking up and brushed up a little bit after, H.H. Holmes.
Oh, I almost did that one too.
Yeah.
Because he's got such a fucking wicked story with the hotel or with his
Yeah,
house and everything.
so it was what 1983 I think was the time frame, and the
thought it was
world
before that.
Was it before that?
I don't know.
I'm
I thought it
almost
was. I thought
positive.
it was the World Fair. Wasn't that?
Yeah,
way
it was
before
the World
80s?
Fair because he had a hotel.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, it was going on. Multiple
Yeah.
Right.
years,
Yeah, it was around that
obviously,
time
but
period.
Yeah, let's see. So it was in fact
That moment when a lawyer walks by.
1894.
1894. That's what I
1894.
thought. I was gonna say the World Fair
Yeah.
was a long time ago.
Yeah. So during the World Fair, this guy had a series of rooms in this hotel building, and he basically makeshifted these rooms into like killing chambers in like the craziest fucking ways. Like this guy was setting up like a series of piping that would like release gas every once in a while in these like very specific rooms. Like they were like spread out through this entire hotel. Yeah, and there were like pitfall traps and shit, and like he would like dump the bodies inside of the like there was a chamber that was created to dump the bodies in. And yeah, and I think in total he confessed to like he was like 18 or 20 of them, but there's like estimated to be over 200 people.
Here's the thing:
that were killed.
if you're gonna confess to 20, you know you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Why not just confess to all? Like I think at that point it's like who's got the bigger balls? You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, killed 200. Fuck
I don't
you.
know.
You
I don't
didn't
know.
catch me. I killed 200 hookers.
I don't know, man.
Like Jack the Ripper out here just killing them all. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was like super fucking interesting because it's not just some dude that like chased somebody down in an alley or like,
Right, no,
like,
like-
had an affinity towards hookers. Like
Well, I think that's kind
He
of
just killed everything.
that's kind
he
of the
just killed
scariest.
everything, but he did it in such an ingenious way that
like
took
almost Saw.
probably
like,
years.
like a
Exactly.
Saw.
Like
See-
before Saw, yeah.
That's kind of the scariest part for serial killers for me is like not only is like they do everything intentionally. Like it's
Yeah.
not just like they go out and they have an impulse, but they methodically plan this stuff out like a game of chess.
Dude.
Yeah, and they know exactly what they're doing, and then they're manipulating people into the point of bringing them in like a trapdoor spider and like murdering them.
Oh yeah.
And it's just freaking terrifying. I mean, I don't know. That's the whole
Yeah, I get it.
different like
There's
psychological
a
terror
lot
for
of,
me.
Yeah, there's a lot
here's
of
here's
stuff
what I don't
that's
understand.
unknown
Why have they not done a movie about H.H. Holmes yet? Like
about.
that wasn't really H.H. Holmes.
I think it's based on his murders, though. To
I
be
don't
honest.
really. I don't think so. H.H. Holmes was not. You couldn't even be that elaborate back then. The technology wasn't there. There goes the headphones.
Nobody figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like they need to make a movie strictly based on H.H. Holmes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really
crazy.
interesting.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if they have enough like.
Material on it, though.
Yeah.
They
like
totally
memoirs
do.
and-
How do they not? They literally searched the whole, not to steal your person. But
No,
like,
no, but they-
they
that's-
totally they
No,
searched all of like I'm pretty sure he had like almost the whole hotel.
Well,
that
there was
he,
a
like,
large
worked on.
portion when he got caught and then
Because it was being
executed by hanging,
renovated
yeah.
and he was using it and he was
Right.
like creating all this crazy
Yeah.
trap doors and shit and
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just wild. Like
I just out of all the dudes that we saw, I thought that was like the craziest fucking craziest
he's a
character,
crazy-
you know.
yeah, mind you, everyone, for those of you that are new to the podcast, even though most of you have seen this before, we are in a public space.
Public office
recording
space.
this right
With
now.
giant
And
bay
there
windows.
is big old windows here.
So everybody looking through is just like, oh my god.
Yeah, so that's fucking great. I love every moment.
There
of
are
that.
lawyers and
Oh,
architects
I love
and
it.
software developers
I love
here,
it.
and we are just a bunch of idiots.
It's
in
so
a-
good.
in a
It's so
recording
good.
studio.
Oh god. So who's got one?
Yeah, I got one. So mine's not a specific. Well, so it is kind of a specific person, but it's also based on a group of people. It's the Manson family.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
The Manson family fucking terrifies me.
Helter
Yeah.
Skelter,
And-
bro.
Yeah, and the reason that they terrify me isn't because they're a group of people that can go out and murder, but it's the matter of the fact that people are so like convinced through the fact of what's it called, hybristophilia, where it's if you guys don't know what that term means, it means that you're attracted to people that are dangerous or are in like a powerful situation.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay.
the Manson family was basically a group of people with hybristophilia that were attracted to the power of Charles Manson. And that could do anything that he says because he was their leader, basically.
Yeah.
And the amount of psychological manipulation and like physical manipulation from this group that caused them to go out and expand and keep growing is just fucking terrifying to me because it means that like that people are out there just like gullible and willing to do whatever it takes to please this one person. And like even according to like the Tate and LaBianca trials of back or the murders of back in like the 60s, these people were just totally willing to go out and just murder the fuck out of this pregnant woman, Sharon Tate. And she was 8.5 months pregnant. And,
Jesus
and they
Christ.
fucking murdered the hell out of her.
Dude.
And like he wasn't even there. He was just like, hey, yeah, go murder these people. And they just fucking did it.
So do you think like with the the current trends of I guess trends of technology and like the access to information has like sort of
Counteracted
prevented more of those things from
Oh,
happening, like
fuck no.
cults and shit like that?
Fuck no. I think it's the exact
Oh, yeah.
opposite.
You think it's creating
Because
more cults?
I think that cults now is more of a
Acceptance.
yeah. It's
yeah,
not.
but you just don't
the-
you don't hear about
the-
like a Manson type story. You don't
Well, no,
or
it's-
like Mike Jones. You don't hear about.
Well, you
that
don't hear
shit
about that
anymore.
kind of stuff on the regular, but I think that's because cultish behavior has become more normalized than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
they're
like,
not
with-
killing people.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
there
but
was-
it's not as radical as what it used to be, but the
Yeah.
behavior is still there to
Yeah.
people worshiping these other people because they're in power or because they're dangerous.
What do you think changed? Like, because obviously, like I said, you're not hearing this about the mass murders of or people drinking the punch and shit anymore. What do you think is like the change? Is it the cult mentality that's changed its culture, or is it?
I think
or is
it's-
it people rationalizing more and being like, hey. That doesn't seem like a thing.
I
that we
definitely don't
should
think
do.
it's people rationalizing more, but I think it's because people have other forms of communication where they can network with other behavior. So like these people that were
can
with
be
the
more
Manson
privatized,
family.
you mean?
Yeah,
Or-
well, no, then people aren't privatized anymore. Everything's open.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
oh,
like,
oh,
so
oh.
say like the Manson family back in the day. This is in the '60s. Only
Yeah.
form of communication you had were telephones.
Yeah.
You know, so like you can call people. That's about it. But like, they were in this secluded little group. Only communicating with each other. But nowadays we all have social media. So like,
Yeah.
we do our worship through our phones and through our computers.
Yeah.
And like those kind of behaviors that people still follow to the point where they worship these, celebrities or worship these idols that they have out there. fucking terrifies me because people are still manipulated to this day all the time, and it's like, man, we are a gullible fucking species.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's just,
we're dumb.
We'll fucking
So,
follow anything. Pretty
I
much.
gotta say, one of my biggest fears is people that are endowed with hyperstophilia. You know, because it just means that they're willing to do whatever to please whoever, you know, they're attracted to or that they want to be around or please. So it's just because people are so dangerous and they don't realize it. So,
Very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, the Manson family is scary. Like even just watching like his trial tapes.
Oh yeah. He didn't give a fuck. He just
he
died
didn't
a couple years ago,
fucking care.
right? That
Yeah,
was-
it was
think
like
so, yeah.
2013 or something.
2013, yeah, something like that.
2016,
Well,
something
the
like that that he
craziest
died.
part about that too is like there was a woman that was waiting for him to get out of prison.
Yeah, and she
so
was-
that they could get married.
The man
She
was
was
never
26.
getting out of the
Yeah.
prison.
They had a relationship for 10 years. She was sending him letters for 10 years, so she was 16 when she started messaging him.
Yeah, I'm not even even remotely surprised by
No,
that.
it's
Fact.
just fucked
Yeah.
up.
Every
All
time,
sorts of
every time you fucking shake your head is so goddamn
yeah,
funny. It's so good. So mine is I did like off-brand, like
Ooh, okay.
serial killers. So people may not even know like this one. So this guy had just the biggest fucking balls of any serial killer ever, and here's why. The man's name was Donald Gaskins, and South Carolina is where he did all of his shit. This kid was fucked up. I mean, he's like supposed to be one of the meanest, like just doesn't give a fuck serial killers ever. It started like his law troubles started when he was 11 years old.
Holy
was
shit.
the first time he was incarcerated, and it was for rape, basically at 11. Yeah. So then the kid then he gets out, right? Turns 13. Was it 13 or 16? Hold on. It was 13 or 16. 13. Yeah. He burglarized a home and attacked a woman. Went back to jail. Came back out. Was released when he was 18 years old. And started going on this rampage. And literally was like, he was doing the most gruesome shit ever. I mean, this man was like taking mothers and daughters and mutilating the mom in front of the daughter. And then like doing shit to the daughter.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Christ.
And then he would like, there was even counts of him basically Hannibal Lectering people where he would chain them up and start eating body parts off of them while they watched. Now wait for it. Here's what gives him balls. This man.
Oh, that wasn't ballsy enough
Nope,
for you?
nope.
Jesus Christ.
This man his transport was a hearse, and he had a bumper sticker that said, "I carry dead bodies in here," and that's how he transported the bodies. Was in the
That
fucking
is
hearse
fucking genius.
in garbage bags. Yeah,
That's
So he was making it seem like he was an official worker for
Yeah.
like funeral homes and shit.
but he would literally just carry trash bags of mutilated bodies and fucking dump them. And this all started after. Well, it started when he was 11, but it was like after he was 18 is when he started doing
fucked
them.
up.
I mean, operationally, that's kind of genius.
And he's like
But-
escaped prison multiple times.
First of all, how the fuck do people manage to escape
Yeah, how
prisons?
the fuck do you get? Well, this was in the 30s.
Oh, it was in
so
the 30s,
I imagine
okay.
like the prison system wasn't like super
Yeah.
OG
They
back
didn't have,
then.
like,
You know what I mean?
cameras
But like,
systems and such, but
but like he confessed to over 100 murders.
Jesus Christ.
And nobody's knowing about this guy. Like nobody's there's not like H.H. Holmes, everybody kind of knows about him. He was the first, H.H. Holmes was the first serial killer that was documented in history.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's why everybody knows H.H. Holmes, right?
Right,
Everybody
right.
knows the Mansons because, well, Charles
Yeah,
Manson was
they
fucking
were
insane.
one of the biggest scares
Yeah.
of the 60s, you know?
And like, but nobody knows about some of these other people that have just killed massive amounts of. I mean, that's over 100 people.
Jesus.
And also, just so everyone knows, he was executed in the chair
Oh.
at 56 years old. So
nice.
he had a long time to
I was
be
gonna say,
doing
why
things.
do they wait so long?
Well, he just kept getting out of fucking prison and
man.
shit. Yeah.
Squirmy fucking serial killers.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of the behavior of Jeffrey Dahmer as well, which, hey, local fucking serial
Hey,
killer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, local.
Local.
So that, it's so strange because, like, are we allowed to say, like, where we are, like, state-wise?
I mean, I guess we could say state.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people probably know like a
Yeah, I just wasn't
closer
sure.
proximity. I just usually don't say it.
Okay.
But you can say like the state. Of
Yeah,
course.
so
Yeah,
we
no,
are based here in Wisconsin. So Wisconsin is notorious for, like, we have some of the worst serial killers in the United States, like, in our history. And Jeffrey Dahmer is one of them. And I think he was from Plainview, Wisconsin? Or somewhere around that,
think
that
he was
area?
Plainview, yeah.
Plainview? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer was Plainview.
Plainview.
Yep,
Yeah.
Plainview.
So he was based in Plainview. He was. I think that they thought that he killed up to 17 or 18 people, but I think it was closer. I think it was higher than that than they expected. But basically, he was responsible for the rape, mutilation, and murder and dismemberment of 17 or 18 boys and men, like grown men, and then he would use their body parts for different things in his house. So people the people that investigated his house, they found shrunken heads and skin lampshades and all sorts of creepy shit.
You want to know what else? It's not to.
Oh, you're good. No,
But
go
what
ahead.
else is super weird? Actually, maybe I should wait until I bring up my next serial killer.
Oh no, you're good. No, I'm just kind of rambling. This is just stuff that I know about. But it's so strange, how similar the behavior is from that as to the previous serial killer that we were just talking about. So Jeffrey Dahmer, he wasn't an old guy when he was caught. He was a young dude. He was a young buck, and it's so strange how people around that same age frame still have that same kind of mentality and then bounce ideas off each other almost.
Yeah.
And it's really.
That is
strange.
pretty fucking crazy.
I wonder what it is about that time frame in people's lives that really makes them
I think
snap.
it's the developmental stage.
Yeah.
I think, you think about it when when they turn 18 and on.
Right.
From that age gap, I think that's when they're able to almost manifest the things that they've seen or the emotions that they've had.
Right.
That's when they manifest themselves the strongest is between those years. So that's when they do their biggest atrocities is between that age of 18 to say 30.
Yeah.
Is when your mind is developed and now what you're comfortable with doing and what you're comfortable with not doing.
But how do you get to the point of knowing hey, this is what I want to do? I want to fucking capture people, rape them, and then dismember them.
That's been a big talking point is because some people have tried to prove that it's an actual genetic disposition. It's serial killers have a genetic disposition to become serial killers, and they're trying to figure out
what makes them tick like that.
What it is in the brain or that gives them that.
Really?
There's a whole documentary on it too. I think
wouldn't
it's on
mind checking that
Netflix.
out.
I don't remember what it's called.
If you have a name for that, I'll put that in the description later.
I'll have to look it up. But it's literally they talk about how these serial killers all have very similar. Because they all get autopsies done, so but they have very similar brainwave activity.
It's some sort of probably chemical reaction or whatever.
It's
but
fucking weird.
I don't know. It's
so
just
it's
so strange.
Is it a disposition or is it manifested?
Or is it learned?
Manifested?
Is it learned sometime?
It's weird. It's weird. But the other thing that's crazy to me, and this kind of plays into one of my other serial killers, is that a lot of them are not dumb people.
No, they're very intelligent.
They're very intelligent. I mean, to the point where they're some of the smartest people in the world. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just weird that that's the ones that become serial killers.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you almost have to have that mentality to be able to manipulate people to that degree.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which is extra terrifying.
The one I was thinking of, this guy's name, Patrick Kearney. And people know a little bit more about this one, maybe. I've heard of him before, but he's known as the trash bag killer. This guy had some balls too because he was known for luring in young gay men.
Okay. And I did hear about this guy.
Kill them, then rape them, and then butcher them, and then he would put them in trash bags and leave them on the side of freeways. He didn't give a shit.
Oh, so
he would
people
just leave the body. He would just leave a trash bag on the side of a freeway. Yeah, and
Jesus
he's killed.
Christ.
I think they linked I think he confessed to 18 murders or 20 murders right away because they were if you confess to the murder, they tried to give him a plea deal and said, hey, if you confess to the murders, we won't give you the death penalty.
Right.
So he confessed to 20 murders or 21 murders, I think he confessed to. And then they linked him and proved 22 other ones.
Yeah.
So 43
like
total
murders.
What's why not just fucking admit to it? You know you're gonna get the life sentence.
Right. Yeah.
He did get a life sentence, and he's currently serving it still. Actually.
Is he still?
Yeah, because it was in the 70s as well.
Oh,
my
right.
God.
So he's
It's so crazy how people like that are still alive to this day.
Well, it's because certain states protect. The
Yeah.
right
I know,
to
but
not
it's
take a life.
just fucked up. To a certain degree. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, at least. There's some people.
It is fucking in some instances, man. I'm much more of an eye for an eye kind of.
Yeah,
I guess my perspective on it is more eye for an eye. So in some cases, I don't agree with the idea of us annually paying to keep someone locked up for X amount of time.
No, I fuck that.
But-
Kill his ass.
Yeah, that's one of those things, man. Like,
It is kind of disheartening knowing how many innocent people there are on death row
Yes.
as well. But like,
Yes.
there's no way of proving that because like
Yeah.
nobody's going to revisit the case. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck, that kind of sucks. But at
yeah,
the same
that whole
time,
fucking, I don't
the amount of money it
That could go
takes
on-
to house a prisoner like that, especially like a
Like a
high class
high-
prisoner
yeah.
like that, it costs hundreds of thousands, if not like $1 million a year per prisoner like that. And it's
just
like
to
that,
feed that dude.
yeah.
Twice a day.
Oh man, it's
Something
just
like that.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
I don't know.
fucking crazy.
But oh man, another thing that I noticed is that in a lot of cases, people tend to realize that, or not realize, but people don't seem to realize that not all these serial killers are the socially awkward weirdos.
No.
that
Oh,
everybody
no.
expects.
Most of
Super
them have
outgoing.
Like, look
super,
at Ted
like-
Bundy, for instance. He was
Yeah.
super attractive. He got courtrooms laughing and shit because
Yeah.
he's
It's
super
fucking
optimistic.
weird.
Yeah.
Well, because you have to have
charismatic guy.
charisma. You have
Yeah.
to have charisma to like lure in that many people. You can't
Yeah.
be there because people look at the odd person and go, "That guy might kill somebody," but then they look at like, let's say the jock in the room, and they're like, "Oh, that guy maybe he's probably raped somebody," but because he's a jock. Otherwise, he's never done anything wrong.
But
But otherwise, he's never done anything
Well, I
wrong.
mean,
And then
that
all of a
was-
sudden, you're getting murdered by that guy, and the fucking weird geek in the corner who's on it, jacking off to the weirdest porn in the world is saving your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't judge
yeah.
a book by its cover, people. That's all I'm saying.
Moral of the story is just don't trust anybody.
Yeah, just don't fucking trust people because everyone can murder you out here. I'm just saying. We out here
In Wisconsin.
in Wisconsin, straight murking. And also, I wonder like where there's got to be a heat map of like where most serial killers come from.
Probably
You know what I mean?
Florida.
I think Florida's actually on the top of that
It's
list.
gotta be. Florida's fucking.
There's
There's
just-
filled
there's
with
just,
weird
like,
ass people. I don't even
special
think.
breed of
I think
people that
here's the
live in
thing. I
Florida.
think the problem with Florida though, I don't think they can be included in the list because I don't think that those people intend to be serial
No.
killers. They just are like, oh, yep, this is a normal day in Florida, but I just found myself in a situation where I've killed 20 people.
Well, shit, Florida, Ted Bundy, right
Ted
there.
Bundy,
So let me see here.
Although, but the Midwest has had quite a few too. I'm
Hmm.
just saying, like Wisconsin's had a lot.
It's all the cornfields, man.
Yeah,
You
children
stare
of the
out
corn.
at those fucking things for long enough, you go a little crazy.
I'm gonna look up
Chris.
like a U.S. map of serial killers quick. I'm curious.
Yeah, I wonder where
Right,
they're
Wow.
While you're looking at
Most of them are in the
northeast.
Northeast and
Yeah.
Midwest.
Yeah.
I would have thought northeast or
And
Midwest.
actually, there's quite a bit in Florida too. But
I would have thought like I would have thought like New Jersey, New York because it's so condensed, or I
Yeah.
would have thought like Wisconsin, Illinois,
there's also quite a few in Texas. It's looking like
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm sure
Yeah.
those were all just racist.
Yeah, but is
killings.
that like I don't know if I can count Texas
Yeah.
because I'm just
It's like
saying,
Texas and Arizona.
It's very
are
close
both
to the
kind of
border,
really
and
tough
I just
to-
feel like it might be
That's what I'm
both
looking at.
ways.
So,
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
Yeah.
very, very.
Oh, see, this is what I
East.
would have thought
Yeah,
right here.
right
I would
there.
have thought
Yeah.
the Northeast
The,
to the Midwest.
the highest concentration is like basically everything on the same elevation as like Wisconsin and like Pennsylvania and such. So
And I think the
on that
reason
area.
being for the Midwest,
yeah.
Yeah.
for the Midwest, people just get bored. For the Northeast, people are just fucking assholes in the Northeast. So
Yeah.
it's not hard to get into a traffic jam and be like, "Fuck this!" Somebody goes off the rails and just decides to off everybody.
It's like,
That's
man,
serial killer technically.
like, man,
Actually,
it's-
what is the definition of a serial killer? Because if you do like a mass
I think it's
murder
like a
all at
patterns-
once, that's not a serial killer, right?
I think
It
it's-
has to be a patterned over time.
I think it's a pattern
Yeah.
over time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna look up
right?
the definition quick because
It's got to be at least 3 murders, I think.
At
when I was
least
going to school for criminal justice, I'm pretty sure that's what I learned.
It has to be
One
like
second.
an actual proven pattern of
that
deaths,
it wasn't
right?
just like a snap moment. Just
Imagine
fucking
being
opens
that
up into a
guy that
crowd.
like every murder you just happened to be just different enough where there wasn't a pattern and people were, and you were just like, God damn it, now I'm not a serial
Yeah.
killer. I'm just a normal fucking asshole that kills people.
Yeah, so the term serial for that it means that it's organized. It's
Man,
following the
that
same
would
similar
just
pattern.
be tough, dude.
The serial killer that wants to be a serial killer but can't be because he fucks up every murder differently. It's like, God damn it. Although if he fucks up every murder, that's technically
kind of
being
a pattern,
serial killer. So
Well, so the term
The
serial,
fuck
of
up
course,
murders.
just like in any kind of conversation, serial just means that it follows a specific pattern or some sort of trait that's very similar.
Makes sense.
So, but
interesting.
yeah, so
Very.
yeah, but it's so weird that like I don't know. I guess like with nowadays, you'd almost figure that like they'd have some sort of like AI technology to track patterns of like people's like,
Oh, they 100%
data.
do,
And
I
stuff.
think.
Maybe that's why there's like a sudden drop in like serial killer activity because
I think so.
we really haven't had
Well,
any
we don't
big
give
serial
people
killers.
enough time to, well,
Well, who's
Here's
that
the
guy in
thing.
Milwaukee that was a serial killer? He was like the Northwest Strangler or something.
Yeah.
Walter Ellis or something.
yeah,
or
something like that.
Wallace
But
Ellis.
the other thing too is it's like you don't like with today's technology, people get caught too quick. Which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying people get caught too quickly
No, but
to
people
be
can track
to be able to do
everything.
multiple murders.
Yeah, I wonder how much like data that like Google Analytics and like all these other places send to like police departments
just
to be like, hey,
fires off,
this
yeah.
person's about to murder somebody. Like,
I don't think that they send it to it though, because look at like
You can pay for analytics like that,
I know, but
though,
like look
yeah.
at any big murders and everything where they've gone off the rails. The cops don't or see that information from them until they request it after the fucking event has occurred.
they can't arrest somebody without
without
probable cause.
Yeah, I know. I
so
get
it's
that.
like-
I know.
But they should be keeping a close fucking eye on some people though, just in case.
Yeah, you'd
Like,
think that there'd be a
there needs to be some-
preliminary
That doesn't even
ping
fucking
that
help
goes
because
off.
there's
But-
people that
Like
have
a
been
red
on
flag.
watch lists and they still commit atrocities.
I guess
So-
at that point though, you're almost like punishing people before they commit crimes.
Well, you're
And that's,
baiting
like,
them. Yeah,
like that's
you're literally
not a good
just
situation.
waiting for them to do something
Yeah.
wrong so you can grab them.
Yeah, that's
Instead
I
of
don't know if that's
just
any better.
preemptively
That kind of
locking
obstructs
it
justice.
down.
at
Maybe
that
just
point.
send a little agent follow them around for a little bit.
That's why
'cause
they
the
have
second
privateers.
The second they start popping off,
Maybe just
you
reach out and be like, "Hey, are you
cap 'em-
okay?"
Just cap them in the back of the head.
And a local bread maker.
Local bread maker shot today.
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say
He
he
was
became a hero
murdering.
by
He was
killing.
he was murdering people by putting them in his bread.
Who was that family? Not the family, but the cult organization that was like talking about the ones about drinking the Kool-Aid.
That was Mike Jones.
Mike Jones, that's right.
Not that Mike Jones.
Mike Jones. God damn it.
Hoot Mike Jones. Hoot Mike
I forgot about
Jones.
that guy. But no, so like that kind of almost brings you almost back to that hybristophilia type stuff, you know. But that's more of like on a supernatural take as well, because they were
little
talking
bit,
about
yeah.
like going off into space and like doing some sort of
Yeah.
cosmos adventure.
That
but
it was
it was all religious.
yeah,
you
it was
know?
it was supposed to be the first steps into a evolutionary
Yeah.
stage of sentience.
It kind of reminds me of lots of like modern day religions.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, fuck, dude. There
Not
was
gonna state which ones.
Speaking of which, do you know what Mormons do before they get married when they have sex?
I don't know.
They float. Me and
Oh
Walker
yeah,
learned
that's
this.
actually a thing.
Do you know what floating is?
This is totally off topic. We're not bagging on the
No.
Mormon religion.
No,
but, yeah.
no. I just learned this, and it was very crazy that I learned this from a Mormon.
So it like to kind of ward off feelings of like needing to relieve yourself. They do this thing called floating.
Yeah, and it's where you stick it in but don't move. Yep, you just let it float.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing, man.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
floating it out there. Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
So they
hold
stick
on.
it in.
So they stick it into their wife.
Nope, not a
Partner.
wife yet because it's a partner. It's not a
Partner.
wife
So
yet.
it's a part. So they
They're
still
not married yet. They can only
There's
do it
still
when they're married.
penetration. So
Yeah.
it's still sex.
Well, but they're not moving, so they don't think that it is.
You're wrong.
I don't know. They probably are, but
I mean, no, I
religion
can't.
of people that are
I
doing
can't
it.
say that. It is a.
it's like Catholics saying, "Oh,
It's
I
a
only
faith
do
thing.
anal, so I'm still
yeah.
a virgin."
It's a faith thing.
I ain't
I
here to
say I'm a
judge,
virgin,
just-
so I'm a
just
virgin again.
calling it
I
like
just
I see it.
I'm not judging it. I'm not judging them at all for doing
No,
it.
no,
I just
absolutely not.
I just never knew that
Because
until
it's
yesterday.
a really good workaround.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, to where it's like that borderline.
So wait, can Mormons not jack off?
No, they're not supposed
No.
to.
Oh.
They also can't consume caffeine, no alcohol, a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
That's-
nothing
if
that
there's-
has any form of addiction. So like they even have like very low sugar content that you can put in stuff.
Because like, if there's any religion that I know the least about, that's like a common religion, it's the
Yeah.
Mormons. I know like literally
See,
close to nothing.
one of my
about
best
the
friends
Mormons.
growing up was Mormon, and I went with him to like a lot of events, and you learn a lot about them. But like, there's just so much like repression in that religion that like you can't do very much.
Yeah.
you know, you're very limited as stuff that you can be active in, and it's very,
It's very old school.
it is
too,
very
it
old
seems
school.
like.
But it's like I see where they're coming from, but I personally wouldn't be able to last in that lifestyle.
No,
so like.
no. I'd be outcasted immediately.
I've been to lots of like
strictly based on the coffee alone. I just could not survive.
Yeah. I've been to so many like Mormon events and stuff growing up that it's just like, man, like it's just not my lifestyle, man, and like I can't do it. I respect the people that can. And that
So
stick
is it
with
like
but,
so? Like, what you've been to like I don't know what you call
yeah,
it.
like
a
I guess like youth
sermon
groups and
or-
stuff like that. Because I would just go with my friend.
Is it any different from like going to like a Catholic?
It's very
Sunday
similar.
School, are they? Do they?
It's less intense. I'll say that it's less intense than like
So
Catholic.
so
Catholics
the
and such,
Mormons,
but-
do they like? Do they go? Is it that? Do they have their own Bible or is it like?
Yeah,
the
they have
New
their
Testament,
own. Yeah, they have their own like. So it's
variations
based
of it.
like they still follow like Old Testament and such as well.
Is it?
and the New
Does it
Testament.
fall under Christianity?
Yes, it's a
Okay,
Christian
okay.
religion. It's just
Okay.
a Christian like subgroup.
Got
So
it.
they follow also like what they believe to be the New like the New Testament as well. So they have like their own thing based on this guy that was based out of like the Utah, Colorado area as well, where this guy had like a religious experience, and they kind of follow his testament as well as New Testament and Old Testament.
How old is the Mormon religion?
I'm gonna look that up. I'm not even sure.
Like, is it old?
It's like it's been around for probably like 100 years, maybe a little bit longer. But
to think only 100 years ago, it was the 20s.
There's a person, like, I forget the guy's name.
What?
I'm gonna look it up.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It like seems like it was so long ago,
A
but
lot of
it's just
stuff
like,
changes, man.
This is the 1920 basically. Okay.
So Mormonism originated in the 1820s
There we
in
go,
Western
200
New York
years.
during a period of religious excitement. Joseph Smith is their.
I did know
Messiah.
that.
Yeah,
I did that, and the
so-
only reason I knew that is because it was either Family Guy or South Park made fun of it.
But
the
yeah,
only
so
reason I
he had some sort of vision in the spring of like, I think it was right before that, like 1819 or 1820, and then from that point on, they used that as like a new form of like, follow this as like the New Testament almost.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's very interesting to read upon. It's just not something I was really.
I mean, I'm
able to
sure they're
get
very
into.
healthy people.
They
To
are.
be honest with you, because
That's kind of the whole point of their
limited
religion.
sugar, like no caffeine.
Yeah, it's more of like a spiritual thing, saying like you don't want to be tied down to certain things because it controls your life at that point.
So it's more of a your body is a temple.
yeah, basically.
Interesting.
So it's a very interesting thing, but like I don't know. I've
I
seen.
wonder what the obesity rate is. in
Oh, fucking
Mormonism.
nuts!
Zero.
It's gotta be
It's
zero, right?
crazy. Yeah, they're all gorgeous people. It's insane.
Why can't we just fucking look at? Listen, anytime that
Not bad.
watch your fucking palate there, boss.
Rob
Bob Ross.
Boss.
Anytime that like, I don't know. Anytime we have an epidemic of like fatness, so basically the United States right now, we need to just show people the Mormon religion and be like, look, this is what it's like. You're not predestined to be fat. There's not maybe the slimmest of margins of people, but this is what people
like-
would look like if they were 100% healthy.
I mean, there's people out there that are a little bit larger, but I've never met like a fat Mormon.
yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
They're husky, but it's like they're not like unhealthy, obese, like
Right.
400 pounds. Like that's not you're not predestined into that.
Exactly,
You're just fat. But
But-
anyways, I want to be
so-
Mormon just to look good again. Why are you joining this religion? I just want to get in shape, boss. And be honest with you.
Give me your dietary
Give me
facts.
your, give me
This
a
is
belt.
this is also totally off topic as well. But when you are Mormon, you have to go out and do like your Mormon mission as well. So you have to go out in there and spread the word about Mormonism and such. And my buddy went out to Russia for like 2-3 years.
Oh, so he went to spread it.
He was living in Vladivostok. He went to
How the
South
fuck
Korea
did
for a
he not
while.
get? That's the one place that if you're
He-
trying to spread anything out there,
He fucking-
religion,
he killed
anything,
it. Like he was out there just
Russia?
like
Hell
yeah.
no, I'm not spreading shit in Russia because I will get stomped
they're-
at the fucking door by those people out there.
I don't know. It's just he did a good job. He speaks fluent Russian and Korean right now, so he's
Nice.
he's
That's
doing a good
fucking
job.
dope.
Yeah. So no, he's back in Utah doing some music stuff. But yeah, he's kicking ass.
Wow.
So,
And he
Fuck
still
yeah.
follows the Mormon faith?
yeah, that's what he's doing in Utah. So
Nice.
yeah.
Wow.
He's going to school out
That's
there.
crazy.
And, yeah.
I mean, I have no problems with most religions. If it makes
No,
you
we're not
better-
bagging on him.
No, if it
Yeah.
makes you feel better,
Just
it makes
out
you a
of
better
curiosity.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had no idea about the Mormon religion. I knew very, very little about it except for Joseph Smith.
See, going back to kind of like Catholicism and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that you mentioned as well. Catholicism scares the fuck out of me because like
Yeah.
the whole demon because there's like an evil
Watch your
thing.
schnoz, boss.
Basically, what they say in Catholicism is because God is good, there also needs to be evil to balance things
Yeah.
out almost, and that's kind of what the whole
sorta true.
demonology kind of shit is based off of, is off the Catholic religion, but it's documented everywhere, like in every other religion too, and it all matches up, and it's fucking terrifying.
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
like,
See, that's I don't know. I guess on a personal level,
I know very
think-
nice Catholics. I also
Oh, yeah,
know
I'm not-
people
yeah.
that are dicks
Yeah.
that are Catholics.
I'm just
so-
saying, like the base of their faith is.
in
It
most-
scares the shit out of me
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah,
and,
that's all.
and that template that you see across most, if not all, religions is that contrast is there. It's always been there. It's always been depicted. It might be
Right.
different realms or different punishments and stuff, but it's always been that contrast to light is
Right.
dark, and it is terrifying. It is
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
terrifying, and I think a lot of that, if there is. Let's use the hypotheticals. If there is no actual existence past this life, right? That's a very good tactic to be used to like make people enthusiastic about being good because they want to avoid that.
Right.
Okay, that's a good incentive. Don't go burn forever.
Yeah.
Let's say there is, but there's a lot of motherfuckers that are finding out, hey, I shouldn't have stole those fucking Snickers from that gas station. Like, hey, I should have gave that dude $20.
Like I said, to each their own.
Oh yeah.
And like,
I just like you had touched. Like I think the ideas that are brought up and kind of changed and manipulated and redirected for specific and different religions, that are very similar in point. I think it's very interesting to see that contrast between a lot of the other ones, just because like they're always so close.
Yeah.
They're never like the
It's
same
There's
name,
never
but
there's
it's
never like
so
something super
close.
off, and if it is super off, it doesn't last. I mean, you have like your core group of like Western religions, and then you have your core group of Eastern religions.
Right.
And obviously, like the Eastern religions don't really closely match anything
but
with the Western religion, but they
well,
all
I
have
mean,
a
it's-
very very similar baseline of.
I don't know if that's true,
of
because like
faith.
you go out and like you do stuff like you do research on like the cryptids and such from all across these religions and such. Like for instance, there's like the Cyclops in Roman religion, but there's also like the Nephilim in Judaism, and it all matches up with like descriptions and such, but they're all
Yeah, but
based in
those
different
are
regions.
Eastern religion.
Yeah, but those also match up with like Japanese characters and like other
I
things
consider
from across the
Japanese
areas.
like Eastern religion. I'm thinking Western as in like.
American and Native American culture.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think there's this very similar faith line on all religions, but I think that they vary just in a. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Totally off topic, but I'm just thinking about this now. The reason I enjoy this podcast so much is because we talk about some of the most polarizing shit on this podcast.
Just
do
about
it,
to talk
but we
about
do it in a way that it doesn't
We don't
polarize
offend people.
anything.
No, yeah.
Like we've tried
We
very
just state-
hard to like talk not talk about politics and religion and shit, but it always comes up. But when we do it, it so naturally becomes like just not a
Yeah,
polarizing
we're not
effect.
a,
We
yeah.
don't polarize
It doesn't need to
it.
be a binary thing.
Yeah,
It just
and
needs to be like.
I think
yeah.
that's probably because the fact that the three of us are very similar in the aspect of politics and in religion, to where we're not.
Yeah, we understand each other.
heavy,
Yeah, it's
hardcore-
not. It doesn't.
We're not in one
immediately
side, one
become,
corner, or the other corner.
An
We
argument or a
we just
heated
like to
discussion.
learn about all corners and go,
Right.
oh, that's an interesting aspect.
Oh,
of
that's
that
an interesting
corner.
view of this, or- yeah,
you know what I mean.
which I
so
respect, so.
I like that a lot.
That's why philosophy is like one of my favorite subjects
I
to
love
learn,
philosophy
because
so
it's
much. That's
there's
my favorite
always
class.
something different. I mean, I was playing fucking Red Dead the other day, and I bought a new horse. Because they have battle pass, whatever. There's a skull mask. I literally looked up female demons from Eastern religions.
Yeah.
And I found one that was like skeleton is Honi Ana.
Horniana.
Honiana. It's like a
Yeah,
it's like a
Horniana.
spectral demon.
It's a Japanese
Yeah, like a
characteristic,
super old fucking
Oniana.
character. But that fit perfectly, and there was like a female horse, whatever. But like that stuff like that. Like I had no
Yeah.
idea that was in existence, but I just sat as I was like looking up a fake horse's name to put in a video game. Like I was just looking and reading through the lore of that character, that deity, that creature.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just fun to
know,
learn
and
about that
it's
shit and how they
nuts.
come into existence and stuff. You know who I would love to have on this podcast? And it's such a far, like, I don't know if I'd ever be able
Nye?
to reach out to her, but no, my philosophy teacher from the community college. It was one of the greatest classes I've ever taken in my life, because she was so fucking good at what she did in that class. Like, you could tell she loved what she did, for one, and you could tell, like, because we had some very religious people in that class. Like,
Right.
like reading the Bible before class started,
Oh,
kind
yeah?
of religious.
So you'd sit behind them
and I sat
and
right
just
next to
wait.
them to see, like, watch the faith
Yeah,
lose
just
in their
see-
eyes. But it was no, I'm just kidding. But she would do it in such a manner as to where she's not questioning your religious faith.
Yeah.
She's just making you think.
And that's a
it.
sign of a good professor
That's
as
it.
well,
Oh,
because I've had
she's
teachers that
so
were
good.
very like, you believe this or you're freaking
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's like,
she was
come on.
so like, I would love to reach out to her and see if she'd come on the podcast. Speaking
that'd be
of
fucking
guests,
awesome.
me and Drake talked to. We told you about it. A person that we may be hopefully having on the
Oh, yeah.
podcast sometime in the near future, which would be a shitload of fun. We're gonna try. I think we're gonna try and incorporate more guests here soon. I'm gonna get us another mic because we have one extra little mic space in there, so we can have one other person on this podcast. So yeah, we're gonna try and incorporate some more people and have some fun with it.
Goats my goats.
Kind of just it'd be more like an interview process, I think.
Yeah,
you know what
which-
I
Kinda,
mean?
yeah. But even so, I mean that'd be a lot of fun to get new faces and
Yeah,
get a little taste of
their
what they got
aspect
going
of
on and
Right.
yeah. We just gotta make them aware of the fact of like, hey, we're kind of raunchy.
Which
Oh,
is
well,
fine.
yeah,
I mean,
that's a
like,
prerequisite.
if they watch any of our podcasts, they'll understand. how we
They'll
roll,
know if
so.
they know us in person. They'll
Yeah.
know. They'll know.
Yeah, totally understandable. I don't know. I don't know why this came up in my head, but earlier today I watched that trailer for that movie Antlers again. And
With the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
no. Antlers is a new Wendigo movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah,
And
that one looks so
holy
good.
shit, it
That looks
so
good.
And I'm so excited because the Wendigo to me is one of the scariest
fucking Native
cryptid
American
creatures of like all time.
Yeah.
And like, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Antlers yet, go check it out.
What was
It
the
looks
what was the
amazing.
game they made after that? Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a Wendigo?
Yeah, it's a
game?
Wendigo.
It's
It's
about
about a Wendigo.
Shit,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, and so the Wendigo is what? It's a people that have consumed, whether they know it or not, they've consumed flesh of another human for a long period of time, or for a period of time.
Yeah,
And they become
so.
this. They become
It's
this
basically
creature.
like that classic, like you lock somebody in a cave for 10 years and they become more rabid and like
They're basically Gollum.
creature-esque. Yeah, essentially, yeah, but more.
A lot of depictions of it
More
is like
changes.
a decaying carcass of
Yes.
like a deer that's like
Yeah.
standing like bipedal as
Yeah.
well that has like claws and
Oh, so since we're in Halloween,
So there's a
this is a
huge
Yeah, that's what I was kinda
biological
thinking.
this is a fun one to
change.
talk about.
Yeah.
What's your
A ton of-
favorite like mythical creature, like scary ass mythical
I'm gonna
creature?
go with that one.
Scary
'cause-
ass?
Wendigo
Yeah.
for you, yeah. I'd say
Wendigo's
Wendigo's a
fucking
good one.
terrifying. When
Yeah.
you read about like the opposed sightings and such that happen in the United States all the time, people are always saying like, oh yeah, this shit happened in the woods, and then they'll find like bodies in the fucking woods, like saying like, hey, this thing.
Yeah, Wendigo's a fucking
Yeah, I
cool
don't
one.
know.
I mean, the
They
Native
always-
Americans had some.
They always say
crazy
it's
ass-
like
Oh,
bear
yeah.
attacks and shit. And I'm like, I don't know.
Could be a Wendigo. Could be a fucking Wendigo. What do you got, Drake? I know this is totally off. Like I didn't. Even, none of us planned this.
No,
but I
we're
just
just-
figured
we're just
out
kinda
this-
rambling here.
This is a good
I'm just
conversation.
trying to think of a creature that was actually like
Predominantly in a mythical
like, that
creature.
was
Let's talk about Mothman.
Mothman.
Yeah, you guys ever hear about that
Yeah,
shit?
fuck
for
yeah,
real.
dude.
Mothman's
West
real,
Virginia,
dude.
man.
They apparently had a
Mothman's
sighting
fucking-
of a Mothman type creature here in Wisconsin recently.
Mothman's fucking real. I don't
In the
care what
past
you
2
say.
years, there's an Amazon special about it.
No shit.
I think it happened Wauwatosa, I believe it was.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
that far.
yeah,
actually. That's
so-
just a little. Well, it's north. It's pretty far north, but it's
But-
not like terribly.
so-
far.
Yeah, somebody said that they saw some sort of creature that was just like that, and yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Interesting. I would have to say for me, it's got to be any mythical creature. Well, not any, but most mythical creatures from like the Norse religion.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are some fucking wild. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go watch The Ritual. That movie will
That
fuck
movie's
you
so
up.
scary,
That
man.
movie
Yeah.
will fuck you up.
Yeah,
But
after
but
you're
what-
done with us, go watch that movie. It's
but
on
what
Netflix.
people don't realize, I mean, you kind of realize it because you see like the ruins,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's an actual creature that was in the Norse religion. Like,
Yeah.
this thing actually fucking was
Yeah.
like depicted in and they did such a good job of like depicting him because like like the Wendigo, like
Mm-hmm.
people don't know how to
interpret.
interpret it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like you see like a game like Until Dawn where it's mainly it's
like,
kinda
it's basically like it's the
weird-
same. It's like a humanoid form, just like gangly.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas like Antlers he literally looks like a man deer, but like a demon man.
Yeah, a little bit.
Deer.
Well, they don't really
It's
show it
a
in the
weird-
trailer,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do.
But like the one that they did in The Ritual was like spot on of what like is depicted in most of in their text.
yeah, because
basically.
that creature looked freaking terrifying.
was
It was
fucking wild,
insane. Have you
yeah.
seen that one yet?
Rituals.
The Ritual?
They go into the forest in
They meet that like group
Sweden.
of
Group of
and they're,
guys
like,
that go through
they're
the
like
woods.
they find like bodies in the trees and
Yeah.
shit.
Well, this guy
Well,
like
they
breaks
found
his leg, and they have to try to get him back to civilization basically because they're like on some hike, and the quickest way to get there is through the woods.
Yeah,
instead
but
of going
basically, like
around,
this
so-
creature, like this, I can't remember the name of the creature because they have such weird names for all their mythical creatures. But this creature kind of like,
Bjorn, Jadorn.
yeah, Bjorn, Dorn, Bjorn.
Oh, you mean the world serpent?
yeah, the world serpent, yeah. Yeah, even like the world tree Yggdrasil,
Yeah.
Yggdrasil or whatever. That's
Yggdrasil,
fucking
yeah.
so hard to say. But no, so
Yggdrasil.
this thing basically what it does is it's like a moose mixed with human
Satan.
top,
10?
It's like the upper torso of humans and a fucking moose mixed
If,
together.
if you took an elephant and combined it with a moose and then turned the moose upside down,
And then
but the
fuck
elephant
it.
was upright,
and then fuck it with a banana.
Yeah, and then just smush them together.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm gonna
dude.
have to watch
Yeah,
it.
it's a great movie. But so basically, the thing that this creature does is it will. I don't know how to say it. What the best way
It
to say
basically demands ritual sacrifice to it, but sometimes
yes, but
yeah.
it feeds into your deepest, darkest fears, and it will play with you. And what it feeds off of your fears, and it plays a game with you. So that, what most people don't know, like for Norse religion, for their creatures, most of them, yeah, they were fucking murderous and terrifying, but they all tried to almost like strengthen, or they weed out the weak and pick the strong.
Okay.
So like this monster per se, it knows your darkest fear, and it will play and feed off of your fear, and it will show you visions of your fear. And then in the real world, it will make you like come face to face with that fear, and if you can surpass it, then it will let you live. Like it doesn't just kill you if you don't. If you fucking
Oh,
beat it.
so it's like a
if you-
trial and error.
If you
like-
submit to it, then you're fucked.
Yeah, if you submit, it kills you because you're basically submitting to your deepest fear.
It's like-
but if you fight against it and you like full-heartedly fight against it to whatever, it's so hard to
What's that thing
describe
from
it
Harry
without
Potter?
giving the movie. But
What's that one thing from Harry Potter where they can like change it based on like their like it like takes the
the
form of your
Patronus?
fears? No, it takes the form of your fears. It's like based in the closet.
Oh my god,
You remember that?
it's in the closet.
Yeah.
and they do it in the class. The bull.
But imagine that thing, except
Yeah.
way darker. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's actually kind of cool to
And
think
what,
about
like
this.
2 stories tall or something like that?
Oh, he's tall. He's as tall as a
Yeah.
house,
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
like a
but-
2-story house.
Sweet.
So it's actually kind of strange to
Let's
notice
go to
this now,
Sweden.
but
Sweden.
Start exploring some woodlands.
that's also one of the traits of the Wendigo, actually, from Native American culture, is that it takes the form of your fears as well. Like, it'll use that against you sometimes, but it's based on its own, formality. But the
I
thing
see
is,
where Stephen
Yeah,
King
yeah,
gets this shit
I'm
from.
actually kind of curious because in it, like in the
Yeah.
stories of it, that's like he started off in Native American culture.
Yeah.
That's based in the stories that
Right.
he landed in America and like basically like took advantage of the Native American
it was
culture.
different because it was supposed to be extraterrestrial.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like Stephen
That
King
influence over
based that
time.
fear, that primal fear of like something
I think-
taking the form of your fears, and
they all
use that
do
from
that.
tribal. Well, what's the relation with all these tribal
Yeah,
clans? Using this thing that takes the form of your darkest fears.
Well, I think a lot of it, like a lot of these creatures, were born out of think about like way back when, like there wasn't sources of light as we have today.
Yeah.
So it was
Right.
it was basically what was lurking in the dark. And when
Like your
I don't know if you
imagination.
guys have ever been in a really dark place for a really long time.
Yeah.
It fucks with your senses.
Yeah.
So imagine like living that for generations and like you don't know anything outside of the scope of that fire.
No.
So like playing into that, there's a lot of fucking things. And then you had shamans for like Native Americans. Those guys were tweaked out of their fucking minds coming up with shit. You know what I mean? So it's just weird. Like even now, there's just this primal fear of like not wanting to walk into a forest in the dark. We just have this primal fear of not doing it. And I love that it's weird to me that there is like these primal instincts of all human, like the whole species.
Right.
And I get like it's basically fight or flight kind of thing, but like the
But
fact
it's all
that we
just
all have
existential
these
horror.
identical fears that no one will ever get over. Like
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
just this fear that we have adapted to over time. And it's just I like that.
It's all just a matter of
What's
existentialism.
out there,
at
you
that
know what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
Like the unknown.
Well, yeah, that's the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Is the unknown.
That's why H.P. Lovecraft was so popular because it's he took advantage of existentialism at that point. So to the point of
Yeah.
making it seem like you don't matter and there's things out there that will fuck you up.
Yeah, yeah. Like he makes you
that
feel.
do not
as-
give a shit
he
that they're
makes
gonna fuck
feel
you up.
Like the smallest. Like
Yeah.
you're nothing. You're just a peon.
Because that's
to-
everybody's
to the-
biggest fear is that you don't mean anything.
Yeah. It's
know?
fucking weird. dude.
Newsflash, you don't.
You don't mean
It's
shit.
weird. There's
There's a
really-
Dust in
giant
the
lizard
wind.
creature flying around 6,000 light years away
Yeah.
that will eat your soul.
Literally fucking.
And it
you,
doesn't give a
you
fuck
will-
about you.
You can't stop
He
it.
has
There's
20
nothing-
tentacles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Or just
And
the
its
fear.
name is
when he did
Bjorn
that,
the
his
Jorn
mouth
no
moved.
Norn.
Dorn, badorn, badorn, bashorn, badorn. But no,
fuck.
yeah, definitely watch The Ritual.
Also,
go
read
watch,
some H.P. Lovecraft. By the
Yeah,
way. Fuck, if
H.P.
you want to
Lovecraft got some great stuff out there. And
find them at your
it-
local library.
all that stuff's becoming so popular now with Cthulhu and all that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So it's just a really.
I
Fun,
am actually kind of happy to see that the whole Cthulhu mythos is getting some light on it finally
getting
because
a lot of light.
it's such a fucking horrific thing to look at.
Yeah, and I
But-
love the fact that it's not just strictly playing off the creature of Cthulhu.
But the thing
It's
is-
playing off the whole aspect of that,
Of
like
the
H.P.
mythos,
Lovecraft
yeah.
series.
But the thing is, like, people are still focused on Cthulhu, but he's not even the fucking scariest thing.
No.
He's just the most popular because
His
that was the,
daughter is fucking even crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some wild ones out there.
Yeah,
But
man,
definitely,
it's
definitely
nuts.
read H.P. Lovecraft.
There's a
shit. Like,
whole
it's good.
mythos out there that's just fucking nuts.
And if you're looking for good books, Death Trooper is one that I just finished.
Hmm.
Fucking go listen to that on Audible because reading the book is great, but like listening to that guy, I don't know who the one that does it is, but listening to this book, it does it all the justice in the world. Like it adds so much ambiance. Like you're literally listening to a movie almost. It's fucking creepy
Nice.
and it's good.
Very
And it's
cool.
basically zombies and Star Wars mixed together. So it's
Sweet.
All right, so I'm kind of curious. This is kind of off topic, or I guess it's kind of on topic because it's Halloween. If you had to pick a series, like a movie monster to have to go up against, who would you go up against?
one that I think I could beat. You mean?
Yeah, like one that you could survive
Trolls.
through.
Trolls?
Like let's say like let's go for like the 90s period or like the 80s and 90s period where it has
80s
like
and
Freddy
90s?
Krueger and Jason and like those kind of guys. Which one of those motherfuckers do you guys you think you could survive?
I'm not
against?
going against Freddy. Freddy's got the dreams, and I'm not about it. Because have you ever tried to punch in a dream?
Yeah, but have
It's
you ever
fucking
tried?
weak as shit.
You ever tried punching Jason Voorhees?
Yeah, well, I don't do that
Yeah,
either. You know what? I think I know who I got.
All right, who you got?
Who you guys got?
I want to say Michael Myers.
Okay.
I'm because like
Strong
he.
as shit,
I
though,
dude,
dude.
I
He's just a guy,
I
though.
would take on Jason Voorhees before I take on
Mike
Michael
Myers
Myers.
is fucking
Mike
strong
Myers
as
is still
shit,
just a
dude.
human.
Do you know how many times the dude's been shot in the fucking head?
Yeah, just get more bullets.
Just get
Just
more
get him.
bullets.
Just fucking fuck him up.
I gotta go the easiest one because he's not. Again, because it's just a man. Well, group of men, depending on which movie you watch.
gotcha.
Scream.
Scream.
I gotta go
Okay.
Scream.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I will. What do you got? A knife? All right, that's really cool. Have you ever met a Have you ever met a fucking Desert Eagle? Because you just brought a knife to a gunfight, and I'm going to fucking murder.
I just
you.
shot the murderer at my neighbor's house.
Yeah. Yeah. I shot the murderer. I shot through the brick wall, and I shot the murderer in the next county. Have fun with that, assholes. Like I don't know. I would have to probably go Scream. I think he's just like I'm not as afraid of him. The only thing he has is like the element of like, oh, I'm in your house somewhere. Cool. I'm gonna turn on all the lights and I'm gonna sit in the corner so you can't come after me, and I'm just gonna fucking wait for you, asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put trip mines everywhere. Like, have fun, you fucking piece of shit. You're gonna be dead before you can get to me.
You're gonna fucking Kevin McAllister your entire house.
Or like because
With
it goes on.
actual deadly things.
But it like goes.
Paint buckets.
It goes on for like multiple days too, where it's like,
all
there's
paint
multiple
buckets.
people getting murdered. Cool. The second one of my friends gets murdered, or there's like a pattern of this shit happening,
Yeah, to link
I'm
back
buying the
to you.
biggest, baddest Rottweilers in the fucking world, and I'm putting them in my house. Good luck getting in, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna beat me.
For
I'm gonna
practicality's
win.
purpose,
I'm gonna fucking win.
Because it is just a person.
Yeah, it's just a dude, or maybe depending on the movie, a group of people.
Right.
But either way, have fucking fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd wanna do something more supernatural just because like
You're gonna die though. You know you're gonna die.
I know.
Yeah, see, supernatural films are so weird because like you don't have any basis for what their weakness is at that point.
Yeah.
You know, they're just there to murder you basically.
But even with that, like an alien scenario or like a predator scenario,
Ooh.
like that'd be pretty dope. Because I might end up like that black chick and get taken with them into space.
So I
to
got
be taught how to be a predator.
so
Predator.
who's yours? Who you got?
You are once ugly son of a bitch.
Well,
ugly motherfucker.
I know I can
apologize.
survive Alien because they're in space, so I
Yeah.
can stay here on Earth.
Just stay in our.
Maybe not fucking go to space. So alien. yeah,
Game
it's easy.
over, man.
But no,
Game
I'll go
over.
for a different one here. Let's see.
God.
There's got to be a good one here.
Don't take it off. No, Drake.
You're just a human? Oh my god!
The whole time he's been a man.
The moon went away. He's been pulling my fucking beard hairs out.
You got to put that back on for the live.
Here, you can wear my wig.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is my natural hair.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'll just shave.
So who you got?
Let's see here. So, Freddy Krueger, I'll just not sleep for a while.
Yeah,
That's
but if
fine.
you they tried that in the movie. You have to sleep eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
And
because
then he's just gonna fucking murk your ass. He just comes into your hallucinations.
But fucking Freddy Krueger just just dream that you're got like a fucking AK-47 and blast this fucker out of
Like
existence.
he controls his
he
dreams.
controls it. Like,
Yeah, but
that's
can you
the
not?
whole
Can,
aspect.
like, can you not like control anything that goes on in your
You
dreams?
can't hurt him in
No.
a dream. You have to pull him into reality.
I guess it's been a long time since I've seen the
Yeah.
seen
to
this
pull
movie,
him into
so-
reality,
That's like
which
the
means you have to
premises
be able
of-
to control the dream more powerful than him, and then he's gonna come back anyways. He always comes back.
This is weird.
The lights
The
just look
depth. Well, no, the depth of not having the mask on and being
Oh,
restricted
yeah.
to this,
Yeah.
to like
The
full,
change, yeah.
like
peripheral vision.
Little
Yeah.
hallucinating.
This is weird. I feel like I'm in a vacant space right now.
Drake, who you got? While he thinks, who you got?
Yeah.
If I'm looking for practicality, I'd probably do like. Would The Purge be a horror scenario?
No, I call that more or less.
You can do the
thriller.
Strangers. It's very similar.
The
just on a smaller-
Strangers, yeah.
smaller difference.
Or like Hush,
Yeah,
because that's just a dude, and
True.
I don't need to hear things to shoot a gun.
well, Hush doesn't count because she was fucking deaf.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, put me in that scenario.
Are you? Where you're deaf?
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty similar thing. Like at one point, she realizes that dude is fucking stalking and trying
right.
to kill her, and she didn't do anything remotely close to like what you had mentioned, like lock it down, corner, wait.
Yeah, just sit and
Like
wait.
just
dude.
fuck, because he's gonna show up at some point.
Yeah.
If he wants you that way, he's gonna show up.
Yeah.
You just blast his ass.
I think I have one.
All right. Who you got?
You guys ever see the movie It Follows?
Yes.
Follows.
It Follows. So what I can do?
You can't kill that though.
No. Listen to this though. You can
wait, wait.
avoid it.
Dishing it off to
So, all right,
somebody
all right,
else.
All right,
What is It
I have a plan. So
Have you never seen it?
you
Follows?
can describe the
Okay, so
describe
It
the film.
Follows is the premise of the movie is there is this deity
Okay.
that follows an individual, just one person at a time, and the only way to get rid of it.
Is to put it on somebody else?
Nope. Oh yeah, actually.
Well, yeah, but you have to fuck the other person to get it to follow that other
All
person.
right. I might have seen this.
It's like an STD monster, basically.
It's essentially, yeah. And this
Yeah.
is basically the premise of like the
Yeah.
underlying subplot is like, hey,
but
wrap
it-
your shit.
but it follows you very slowly.
Very
right?
slowly.
So get this. I have a plan for defeating this thing.
Just don't
So first
fucking-
of all, I go into a football field. I could see exactly how fast it follows by timing, like the meterage of how
So
how
what
long
is it?
it's-
So wait,
how it takes to get to me.
before-
No, you're good.
before-
You're good.
So does it follows you, and then when it gets to you, it kills you?
It
Yes.
fucks you to death.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. It fucks you to death. So it kills everybody that you've just fucked as well by also fucking them to
But
death.
how do you stop?
So
and then it
there's-
comes back
okay,
to
so
wanting to
how
fuck
are
you
you
to
gonna
death.
stop it?
Well, no. So there's a chain. So it started with one person.
Yeah.
They fucked somebody.
Yep.
Then they fuck somebody.
Sorry,
fuck somebody. So literally, it goes. If this person dies, it now transfers back to this
To the
person.
previous
Yeah.
person.
And it just
Oh,
goes.
so you kind of have to
and
keep that other
goes,
person alive.
and
otherwise
goes.
you
you're
just
fucked.
gotta
you just
fuck
have
a
to
bunch of
keep
people.
sending it.
Oh, just fuck
Yeah.
a bunch of people.
Yeah, you
so
literally-
wait, so yeah, so so you're at a football field.
But once
All
you
right.
fuck one person, it doesn't like you're
So-
not just adding to a
But
list by
so
fucking.
it follows you
things.
slowly. So I could time it to see exactly how fast it follows by getting onto a football field and timing exactly to see
Yeah,
how quickly it can get to
okay,
me.
okay.
I then use that, get on a plane, go somewhere else, just fuck a bunch of people on death row, and I could basically
Well,
become
see-
I could become a sex assassin.
A
I can
sex
go I can
assassin.
go out there and just fuck people for hire, and then the second that
They
that
die,
I
hire
go
goes
away,
somewhere
that person
else.
dies.
That's the thing, though, is you once you have sex with
Oh
someone.
yeah, it goes to them. You don't
just
have
goes
that
to
power
them.
anymore.
Yeah,
It
so
goes
you
to that
can't
person.
like even if you fuck like 5
No,
people.
it comes back to you afterwards.
It comes
Only
back
if
to
they
you.
die.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So
you're,
I'll just keep
So
fucking
you just
people.
fuck one person,
Yeah.
wait for them to die, and then fuck another person.
Yeah.
Wait for them
Oh
to
yeah,
die, and
no,
fuck
absolutely.
another person.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing though,
yeah.
is like you would lose track of it.
No,
No,
no.
you wouldn't. How you know
If
it's
you could,
time?
if
Well,
you
no,
plan it out,
I mean like the creature. So like if you were able to time that out to where you knew how long
yeah,
it
you
took,
would lose
distancing and
track.
everything, you fuck somebody else,
I'll
and
just
now
hit
it's
them with a
going
tracking
after
device.
them.
There's tracking bullets that you can put on people. You know, you
But
can
it's
see.
not, it's an
but
entity.
is it-
it's
is
not
it-
a real being.
I
Well,
can
no,
see
it's a real
exactly-
being.
I can see
It's
exactly.
like
It's a real being.
It has weight. It has mass.
Oh,
I will
really?
get a
'Cause
tile
they're-
keychain.
How they try and kill it is it's like in a pool, and they drop like electrical shit into the pool. So it has mass. Like, and there are people that weren't even affected by it.
Yeah.
That were like the person who was seeing it was yelling at where it was, and they were like trying to
Is that
attack
it?
it. Entity. Well, okay. So here's
I
the
think
thing,
s-
though.
yeah, I think so,
Is
kind of.
the entity takes different forms.
Oh, so it changes to a new person.
Yes.
Kind of. Oh, okay, okay.
But it's not like the people who fucked it. It could be anybody. Like at one
Yeah.
point, it was like some kid's mom,
right. Okay.
and like that mom still was alive, but like
it.
it was just in different forms.
You're right. So
Okay.
I don't know. I think I can defeat
Oh,
this
wow,
thing
that's a
and also
brutal
profit
death.
off of it.
Oh yeah.
That's a brutal one. Look
Yeah.
at it. Look, look. He got a picture of us. Awesome.
So I think not only can I kill this monster, but I think I could definitely profit off of it and make a living as a
yeah,
sex
you
assassin.
being an assassin.
So.
Yeah. So okay, well, we should stay on a topic similar to this in the live, but we are at an hour and 8, so maybe let's
Ooh.
end this one. And
Yeah.
then we'll go into a live and we'll continue this shit.
All right, cool. I'm down for that.
All right, guys, thank
Cool.
you very much for joining us on this Halloween
Yeah, hey.
special.
Keep it spooky.
It's sorry if this was. You know what? I'm not even sorry. This is probably one of our best episodes.
Oh, yeah.
honestly. Like, I love this episode
Yeah, this
so
is
far.
good. So
I'm
The
gonna
only sad
try-
part is that
I
it's
know.
a little distinct.
I've noticed that this audio and video has been getting worse and worse and
Yeah.
worse.
We will
So I'm gonna
see
try
what we
and
can
sync
do.
that shit up real close, but we'll see what we can do. If it's not, we're sorry, but we'll do as good as we can. So we love you. Thank you. Like and subscribe on our YouTube.
buddy.
Like our Facebook page. Join our Patreon for episodes early and merchandise and everything better and behind the scenes footage and everything else. So also, we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good
Bye.
night.
Happy Halloween, assholes. Love you.